Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive. Today in the Explainer, we're breaking down the ultimate guide to anti-aging. But we're looking at it through a really specific, highly actionable lens: what you drink. We're going to explore exactly how to revitalize your organs, your brain, and your physical appearance without making any drastic, crazy lifestyle changes. We're talking about doing all of this just by changing what's in your cup.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Because, if you're constantly feeling tired, or maybe you're starting to notice some thinning hair, you are absolutely not alone. So many of us just kind of accept chronic fatigue, severe eye strain, hair loss, and a sluggish metabolism as, well, normal parts of getting older. But what if these aren't just unstoppable signs of aging? What if instead they're actually symptoms of specific, entirely correctable deficiencies in your daily routine? To fix this, we've got a really clear roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with miracle magnesium drinks, then we'll uncover the ultimate decaf green tea, explore the magic powders to supercharge your routine, and wrap it all up with the ultimate hydration. All right, let's get started.
Section 1. Miracle Magnesium Drinks, the true unsung hero of your diet.
So everyone's always hyping up vitamin C or calcium, right? But magnesium is quietly working behind the scenes, directly tackling things like fatigue and cellular aging. If you lack it, your body simply cannot run efficiently. In fact, it's a required coenzyme for over 300 types of enzyme reactions in your body. Think of it as the essential, high-grade lubricant for your body's internal factory. Without it, the gears literally grind to a halt. You could consume all the good raw materials in the world, but without magnesium, your body just can't process them into useful energy or tissue.
To really get why that matters, we have to talk about your mitochondria, the literal power plants of our cells. Now, as we age, the total number of these power plants naturally decreases. This is exactly why you might get winded walking up a flight of stairs that used to be a total breeze. Because you have fewer power plants, the remaining ones need to work at absolute maximum efficiency to give you stamina. And to maximize that energy output, yep, they require magnesium.
So how do we actually get this magnesium into our system? Well, it depends on your specific symptoms. Let's run through these. For stamina, Ume kelp tea combines citric acid from plum with magnesium from kelp to directly power up those cell mitochondria. Experiencing thinning hair, Nigari or bittern water, just a few drops in your super tea, synthesizes keratin and opens up your scalp's blood vessels. If you're focusing on liver health, Tartary buckwheat tea targets the liver using lipid metabolism and a compound called rutin to clear out fatty deposits and strengthen capillaries. Got bad screen fatigue? Black bean tea is basically liquid eye drops. Its magnesium relaxes the ciliary muscles in your eyes, while anthocyanins act as powerful antioxidants. For overall longevity, rooibos tea extends your kidney lifespan by actively blocking oxalate stones. And finally, corn silk tea is your ultimate detox, using potassium to flush out excess sodium and give you some bowel relief.
And this brilliantly illustrates a really smart strategy. We all know spinach is great for iron, but eating too much of it creates a high risk for oxalate kidney stones. But if you pair high oxalate foods, like spinach, with rooibos tea, the magnesium in the tea actually binds to the oxalates in your gut, flushing them safely away, while still allowing your body to fully absorb all that valuable iron. You're getting all the benefits with none of the risks. It's a total win-win.
Moving on to Section 2, Ultimate Decaf Green Tea. Seriously, this is the god drink for your brain and your cells.
Now that our body's foundation is set with magnesium, we really need a beverage to protect our most complex systems. This tea earns its God drink title because of its massive neurological and cellular benefits, completely skipping the sleep-disrupting downsides of caffeine. Specifically, we've got to talk about your synaptic plasticity. Imagine the neural pathways in your brain as a super busy intersection. Synaptic plasticity acts as the traffic lights, making sure signals route smoothly without crashing into each other. As we age, these traffic lights can start to malfunction, and that's what causes brain fog and memory loss. Well, decaf green tea contains epigalactosinogalates, which actively repair and strengthen these traffic lights, keeping your cognitive functions sharp and helping prevent dementia.
But it doesn't stop at the brain, folks. It's basically a multi-tool for your whole body. The lutein acts as an internal shield for your retinas against blue light, preventing dry eyes in the process. Its natural hexanol aroma actively awakens your frontal lobe, giving you incredibly sharp focus without that awful caffeine crash. Down at the cellular level, it actually regulates the division cycle, hitting the brakes on runaway cell growth to help prevent cancer. And if that wasn't enough, its antibacterial properties specifically target the bacteria on your tongue, stopping bad breath right at the source. Pretty amazing, right?
All right, Section 3, the magic powders to supercharge your nightly tea.
To take that incredible decaf green tea to the absolute next level, right before you go to bed, you just need a tiny scoop of two specific powders to maximize your overnight cellular repair. First up, citric acid powder. This clears out the lactic acid that causes muscle fatigue, and it chelates minerals, which is just a fancy way of saying it makes minerals like calcium and iron much easier for your body to absorb. Think of it as creating a rust-proof environment inside your body. Second, vitamin C powder. This actively cleans up the existing rust. It neutralizes the free radicals that age us, and it is absolutely mandatory for synthesizing collagen, which is what keeps your skin tight and your blood vessels nice and flexible.
The really beautiful thing about this is that you're creating a zero-calorie, gently lemon-flavored nightly ritual. We are not asking you to go on some miserable crash diet here. We're talking about a super simple, satisfying habit that has a massive absorption rate and compounds immense anti-aging benefits over decades. Just 1 cup before bed can literally change the trajectory of how you age.
And that brings us to Section 4, the ultimate hydration. Drinks that plump your cells.
We've talked a lot about targeted teas, but your day-to-day hydration matters just as much. Because, honestly, drinking just plain water isn't always the best strategy for keeping your cells plump and youthful. Consider keeping rooibos in your daily rotation because it actually contains 50 times the flavonoids of standard green tea. Flavonoids are these incredibly powerful antioxidants that prevent oxidation and rotting at a cellular level. It's exactly why indigenous cultures have called it the tea of immortality. Plus, the magnesium in rooibos actively relaxes your nervous system, making it a perfect all-day hydration option that naturally preps your mind for better sleep later on.
But hey, if you're out there sweating or you just need rapid hydration, skip the neon-colored commercial sports drinks and use this DIY recipe instead. Take 1 liter of mineral water, 3 grams of natural salt, a pinch of sugar or honey, and a squeeze of fresh lemon. Notice it specifically calls for natural salt, not your standard table salt. Natural salt brings a vastly superior profile of potassium and calcium, which automatically balances your body's fluid levels without dangerously spiking your sodium.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sugar. I know, we're always told sugar is the ultimate enemy, right? But in this case, a tiny pinch of sugar acts as a biological key. It triggers something called the sodium-glucose cotransporter mechanism in your gut. By pairing the salt and the sugar together, it effectively opens the door for your cells to absorb water significantly faster than if you just drank plain water. It is quite literally a biological hack for ultimate hydration.
Man, we've covered a lot of ground today. We looked at the internal factory lubricant of magnesium, the brain-protecting power of decaf green tea, the overnight repair of our magic powders, and the cellular plumping of proper hydration. So I'll leave you with this one thought. Which miracle ingredient are you going to add to your hydration routine starting today? You don't have to do them all at once. Just pick one of these structured habits. Change what's in your cup, and you can truly transform your health and longevity. Thanks so much for learning with me today on The Explainer.